This is part 2 of the story about PepperPrices. In part 1 I loaded data out of AR package and made all the figures in a base graphics style, and now I will do graphics in a ggplot style. For this I will first run the libraries, ggplot library reshape to melt, ggprover another ggplot library, devtools to install easy ggplot and nothing more, so actually not needed. Easy gplot, another ggplot based library. Done. Now let's load the data. As before, we noticed that it's not a data frame format and you cannot see the data. You can print it a bit on the console, and with the class it confirms it's a time sequence, time series. So you need a conversion to data frame like this. Declare data frame. It's still not complete. It misses time. Time is sitting in a column 3 for unknown reason. It needs a special extraction. Now we have it and we add it to the data frame. Now the data frame is complete. So what can we do directly with the data frame data is to do a time plot. So we repeat the second line. So in the first line we simply call the ggplot and load the data. In the second line we call black pepper prices versus time, and in the third one we call a white pepper prices versus time. It will overlay two lines on one plot. These are symbolic colors which are not colors at all. It simply specifies which data are used for the line, and these are the real colors which are blue and red for black and white. And likewise we add title and labels, and so the whole list is completed. And it goes like this. And if you want something else, you can continue the series of plus and the line more, and it will go on and on. That's the style of a ggplot. But then in order to do histogram and boxplot and violinplot, which will appear later, we have to do a melt of the data frame, so to turn it in a long format, which is more natural for ggplots. And we do it, and we notice that long table is indeed longer than the original data frame. So that's how data frame looks like: black and white prices separately and time in one column, and in long we have a black and white in a so-called variable, time separately, and value for black and white are now in one column. To not confuse ourselves, I rename the columns like pepper and price. It's easier to remember. And now we manipulate with the time, pepper, and the prices. Pepper type is either black or white. And again we call a ggplot for the same time plot, only we say plot me prices versus time with the column separator pepper. And then in geometric line you don't have to specify anything, and you add custom colors and the title and the labels. and it goes like this. It works again. Now the histogram. For the histogram, you still call the same ggplot in the first instance, only you do not need the time anymore, you only call prices. And column separator is a pepper again. And so likewise the rest. And here we are. The labels are correct. The title is correct. The only trouble is that I wish I could color not only contours but also fill these bars with the proper color, but I can't. In this particular application, fill works only for one color. But there might be another possibilities in alternative packages. And also until alternative to histogram, we can do a density plot instead, and it's much easier, and you don't have to fill anything. So the lines are clear and proper color. Then we turn to the box plot. Again, we call a ggplot for one more time, which is not specific, it's just universal. And in the second line, we say geometric box plot. And in this case, it allows to specify two colors. And separator is pepper again. You see time is missing, only pepper and price and pepper again. We also can add a jitter or not to add. Let's not to add first, and this also not to add. It's kind of a minimal set. And if you want, we can add the original data dots like this. And you manipulate with sizes. And you can even add statistics. It is embedded in many ggplots, actually in all of them. Statistics is nearby. So it tells you the t-test shows significant difference, but don't be too enthusiastic about it, because we still doubt about applicability of a t-test to this particular case. And you can change it to Wilcoxon, I suppose, like this. Yeah, and Wilcoxon works again. Right, another option for box plot will be like this. In a ggpub gg box plot, then all the parameters are inside the box plot. But if you want, you can continue and add more lines with a plus as usual. Unfortunately, I could not use a fill for two colors, so I added light green. And there is another option for the box plot where again I can use different colors and names and jitter. Now again the colors are okay. So now the colors, pay attention that the contours are black, and those group colors indicate only in interior of the box. Very much the same story is about violinplot. There are three options from three packages. This is option number one. I could not find a way of filling inside, but if I go for option number two, here I can, and I can manipulate with the density of those colors, make it a little bit denser like this. If you understand the hexadecimal format, that first two letters are for red, second two for green, and last for blue, then playing with these characters from 0 to F, so 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, then you can generate lots of nice colors without even knowing what's the name of it. And so here explicitly I added boxplot inside, otherwise it would not be here. I also added jitter outside of the basic description, and also added compare means, and note that the grid lines in the background disappeared, but you can call them back if you want. There is a special function for it. Next, we did previously extra graphics in order to show the mean value and standard deviation. So I will do the same for the violin plot, only it will be this one down below. Before that, we calculate standard deviation for black pepper prices and mean, and the same for white pepper. We done, and now we call a ggplot, which look like two guitars, so that's why the title. Then again, where is it? It is in a geometric segment. Using geometric segment, you can add any line at any place on your plot. Where the mean value comes, it is here, mean point size 5 and add mean is true. So it is included in the settings of the violplot. The next step was to draw a correlation plot, or to project black prices against white prices. For this particular plot, it's easier to go to data frame, not using long data, but original wide data. And then we first directed to plot 1 and then call plot 1. And so we ask for geometric points. These are the points. Then start smooth gives you this nice blue line, which is default color, and confidence interval around. Then the method is a linear model, and the formula is this. You can modify it. For instance, you can say log and then try again. And then you see that even though it is a linear model, but you can manipulate with the data itself, doing log transform, and after LM you get a curved line. And there are more options which you can find in a ggplot description, like this. So you can see this all the descriptors, and then down you can see that you can call LM, GLM, and GAM. And there are some options for it that you can call just X or poly X to polynomial function and log X, and maybe something more. So be aware of it, that there are many more things possible. But if you ask yourself, can I see the statistical background of these embedded statistical tricks, the answer is no. For instance, you can call for summary of P1, and you can see that it's only about settings for the figure. And therefore, if you really want to know what's going on here, then you have to run the fit again, and summary of the fit will give you the summary what is what in this linear model, provided that you make it the formula identical in both cases. Yeah, and p-value, they are exactly the same, so this should be an r squared is in this report and r is here, so they are not the same. But after squaring r, you will probably come to this number as well. That's how you do it in ggplot.